Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk. Here and in today's video, we have a brand new video. So today I wanted to talk about the Futurama collab that we had here in Fortnite. Now, obviously, I did not talk about the Futurama collab in my leaked skins video, mostly because they weren't leaked. They were already in the game already. But also, I just didn't talk about them because I wanted to talk about them in a separate video because I feel like that them being introduced into the game is a big deal, especially if you are a Family Guy fan, and I will explain why. So we have this Futurama collab here. We have 3 skins in it. We have Fry, Leela, or Layla. I think it's Leela. I think it's Leela on this one because there's no H at the end. And Bender. We have all 3 of them in the game, which is really cool, and I think they all look good. I don't love the outlines on Fry and Leela, though, because they're kind of inconsistent, but besides that small little thing that only I care about, I think that this collab is a huge success, and we got a lot of cool things associated with it, with edit styles, back blings, pickaxes, and of course, we got that glider, and also we have the Zoidberg Scuttle emo, which is just really funny to a lot of people here, and we also have Bender's shiny metal, not ass. I really wish he said that in the game because he does have an NPC in the game. Remember that Fortnite is a T-rated game. But no, it's a reskin of the ray gun that we had back in Chapter 2, Season 7, I believe, and that's good. I don't think they needed to make a crazy new weapon for this collaboration. I'm happy they just brought back something and then just reskinned it into this. I think it's pretty funny. Now, I couldn't figure out a reason as to why this even happened because it seems so random. It turns out it's because we just got a brand new reboot on Hulu, I believe, for Futurama, and people are mixed about it, but most people seem to be saying that it's actually really good, which is good. Now, my history with the show, did not watch it a ton. If it was on Adult Swim, I was watching it. I remember a lot of like season 1 and 2. That's about it. I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember watching it and just not understanding it because as a kid, didn't really understand it, but still a really good show, and I'm really happy that it's even in the game. And I had to refresh my memory on this show, and I watched the first episode, and I'm like, this is literally in Fortnite. You got like the suicide booths, you got all the alcohol, you got all of that, and I find it hilarious that we have it in Fortnite. Now you can say, well, we have Rick and Morty in the game, and Rick and Morty is probably the raunchiest thing that we have in the game, probably next to Googlemon, because if you don't know, Googlemon is kind of, I don't know, I've seen some pictures of, you know, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, you can look it up for yourself, I'm not asking you to do that, actually don't do it, but like, it's pretty out there. So I find that interesting that we have all these like mature stuff in Fortnite, because I think that the game honestly is good enough to have these different collaborations work its way into the game. And people are begging for Family Guy. Family Guy is probably the biggest adult cartoon that we have out there, and people are dying for it. This got leaked out like 2 years ago that we had some still frame images for something. I totally forgot what it was. I think it was for like a back bling, and it had Family Guy on it, and people were like, well, we're getting Family Guy now, but we never ended up getting it. But with Rick and Morty being in the game, and with Futurama now being in the game, I feel like we're getting to that point that Family Guy will eventually make its way into Fortnite. I don't know when it will, and I don't even know if it will actually happen, but you got it right here. You have Futurama, you might as well. They're both owned by the same people. They were both owned by Fox at one point, and then Disney bought that out. So we have the Disney properties kind of lining themselves up here, and they're, you know, Rick and Morty as well as Futurama are both adult animated shows. Maybe we get Family Guy, but the thing is that it doesn't always have to be this way. But a majority of the time when we get collaborations in Fortnite, it's for a reason. And with this, it was because of a new reboot on Hulu. That was the reason why we got this Futurama collab. Most likely it was for promotion. Most likely. And then you got to take into consideration, well, what's Family Guy doing right now? I haven't heard anything necessarily new coming out of Family Guy in quite some time. So maybe we won't see it. And if we do see it, maybe it's for something random. Even like the John Cena one was pretty random. If I remember correctly, it was just for like a SummerSlam promotion thing that was never even promoted on the pay-per-view. I remember watching it and they never even mentioned it once. I'm pretty confident on that. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty confident they never really addressed the collaboration they had with Fall Guys as well as Fortnite. So maybe Family Guy just kind of comes out of nowhere, and I kind of feel like that's what they're going to do. They're probably going to have a Family Guy collaboration when we sort of least expect it, and I kind of hope they just do it the way they did it with Futurama, because I don't want them to do what Fall Guys did with like SpongeBob, for example. SpongeBob was the final tier in a battle pass for Fall Guys that one season, and you can't even get the skin anymore. And that sucks that you can't even get SpongeBob SquarePants of all characters. So imagine that for Fortnite, where like Peter Griffin is tier 100 and you don't play that season, or you don't buy that battle pass, or you don't even play enough to get to tier 100. That would be incredibly unfair, and I've made a video about it before. I don't think collaborations have a place in battle passes. If they want to make more money, I do feel like that having them only item shop related would be a good thing. Obviously, yeah, you want the tier 100 to be a collaboration. I get that. That'll get more battle pass sales. And battle passes are probably the thing that gets them the most money, and not the item shop. Item shop, sure, it's probably a lot, but I feel like battle pass is still more of a priority for them to get more sales. It's just consistent. It keeps people playing. It keeps people engaged. It makes sense why they do it, but it hurts the general player base though, because you have to worry about the people that play the game later and they're like, oh wow, what about Predator? I really wanted that skin. I literally had a dude come into my DMs and said, hey man, I'm a big fan of Predator and I see that Predator is a skin in the game. How do you even get it? Told him the news, you can't get it. It was a secret skin in the season, and he got really bummed out about it because he literally can't get a skin that should just be made available in the item shop, but I digress. They need to stop doing it. But yeah, Family Guy, I totally see it happening. Eventually, we would probably get like Peter and Lois, and then I don't even know who else. I mean, you probably could do Quagmire, but just thinking about it though, just thinking about these characters being in Fortnite, it almost feels too, it feels too raunchy to me. But then again, I've never watched Rick and Morty, so God forbid, like, they're probably even more risque and vulgar than Family Guy would be. So I have no idea. I just think of like Quagmire as like this sex addict, and it's like, you're really gonna put that in the game? I just don't know. And I don't think you could put Joe in there because, you know, he's in a wheelchair. And I mean, you could put Cleveland in there, but I don't know. I mean, Brian Griffin's too small. I don't know if they would want to put Chris and Meg in there because I don't know what their stance is with like putting children in the game. They've obviously done it before, but it doesn't seem like something that they necessarily want to keep doing, and I don't necessarily blame them on that. And Stewie, forget about it. Stewie would probably be a good back bling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The whole thing with people theorizing that Family Guy will be coming, it's a 2-year process that we've been waiting for this to happen. And with Futurama being in the game, I feel like we're getting closer. I feel like we're getting closer to Family Guy, and I really do hope that we do eventually get Family Guy in the game. But what do you guys think? Do you think that we will eventually get Family Guy in Fortnite? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about it. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and use code ITALK to support me in the Fortnite item shop. Have a good one, everyone. Talk to you all later. See ya.